listen to me. Meet me at Rendezvous Alpha. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Meet me at Rendezvous Alpha. I have a few things to do. I will meet you there. Over. Hey, it's finally happened. I never thought the day would come. It started last night. We had a series of storms going, a series of thunderstorms, heavy winds, trees were down. We were hearing rumors over the radio of car accidents, things of that nature going on. And then all of a sudden, simultaneously, we start hearing all this chatter of an attack down at the port, and then a simultaneous attack at several hotels and areas where people eat on the main roads down on Las Olas and down South Beach on Ocean Drive. We just heard, we don't know the whole story, but we heard there was a lot of shooting, a lot of killing. Next thing you know, cell phones go down, which we heard might happen because of the Mumbai attacks in India. The terrorists that perpetrated that attack used cell phones to detonate bombs. So we heard rumors that if that ever happened here in the United States, that they were going to cut off all cell phone activity. So cells are down, they're down still. And it's 3 o'clock on Sunday now. I'm getting ready, I'm just waiting to meet one of my contacts in my group that I put together over the last couple months. We're going to meet in 15 minutes. I just threw on my vest, what I had. Good thing I had this ready to go. Good thing I have ready to go bags, because all I had to do was fill up my water bladder. I had some food in the back. I have first aid. I just grabbed my sidearm. I'm not taking a long gun. I'm just going like this. And I'm actually going to go on foot. I have a rendezvous point with him. He's going to pick me up in his 4x4. We're going to go see what the heck is going on. Because from what I understand, all hell is breaking loose. And if that happens, I want to make sure each one of the people in my group are secure, their families are safe. We have our supplies that we've been stocking over the course of several years, each one of us. I'm glad we did it. I'm very glad we did it. I'm trying to call my brother. I'm trying to call some other friends, let them know, try to find out what exactly is going on. But we know two things. Down here in South Florida, there's been a terrible storm that came out of nowhere. It wasn't, I don't know if it was a hurricane or hurricane-like winds. Came out of nowhere, and then simultaneously, just before the storm hit, there was some attacks down. I hear on Las Olas and down on Ocean Drive in South Beach, where a lot of tourists are. There's a lot of people out there. Even if the weather's bad, there's people in restaurants and bars and just getting around. And there's a lot of tourists, and I'm just hoping this ain't what's been promised to us, which was a jihad-style attack. If it is, there's going to be probably martial law declared. There's probably going to be a lot going on with the government. There's going to be a lot of things happening. We want to make sure and see for ourselves what's going on. So I'm going to try to make a couple other videos as I can. You know, I'm a little nervous right now. You can see my hands shaking a little bit, even though I've been prepared for several years. When it finally happens, it's not good. Okay, you're never really ready. You're never really 100% prepared. But when it happens, you know, your adrenaline takes over, and I just hope I can cope and get through this day. My family's safe. They're going to stay here. My wife is a licensed firearms carrier. She's going to hold down the fort for a little bit while I venture out and just see what's going on. I need to see what better knows. So we'll be back, hopefully. If you're not affected by this, just stand tall. Stay by your radio if you can get radio reception, and find out what's going on. We'd love to make contact with some people. We're going to try listening to the shortwave and see, because a lot of our stuff's down. And so that's just how it is right now. And listen, Godspeed, and we'll try to be back on the air. Thanks. Hey, we're back. Just give me a second to take off this wet Take off this wet poncho. Wow, it is really storming. In fact, the storm's getting worse than it was before. One second. Oh, man. I was able to get out. And meet with my contact person at our rendezvous point that we pre-established before all this terrible stuff started happening. I met him there. He picked me up. We were able to venture close to the city. I just wanted to see for myself what was going on. I'm a little out of breath, so excuse me. A lot of the stores all around are looted. They're looted. It turns out that our original assumption or original intel that we got saying that terrorists are out there causing mayhem and killing with a Mumbai-style attack, it's all been, at least for now in this area, it's been proved false. Who is perpetrating this are looters. There are organized groups of looters going around the city and now coming back into the suburb area. We did see some groups we thought were looters going from different communities here where we live. We saw them going around. There's probably 4 or 5, sometimes there's 10 at a time in little packs, and they're going through the gated areas, and we don't know what exactly they're doing because I wanted to get back here and update everybody, but there seems to be widespread looting going on, and it looks pretty organized. I don't know if this was planned for when the next big storm happens. Here's what we're going to do. There are people hurt. There are people that were trying to fight back that have been killed. I don't know how many looters have been stopped or killed or injured. I don't know any of that. There are police scattered around here and there. However, we did not encounter any roadblocks or anything like that yet. We did encounter, coming back, we were passing a strip mall. I didn't want to stop, but we saw a group of what we deemed as looters or perps, whatever you want to call them. We saw them surrounding this lady that was getting into her SUV, and I jumped out of our vehicle and I stopped. I did not have to fire a shot. I simply drew my sidearm, drew down on them. Once they saw that I was serious and I was ready to use deadly force, they scattered. The lady was able to get into her car and get home. She was fine, but it's just been a harrowing day so far. The storm is getting, if you could hear the storm, it's getting a lot worse. It's a lot worse than when I first reported. The trees down, the wind's coming out of nowhere. I've never seen weather like this in February. Never in my life. And I've been down here for 10 years. Excuse me 1 minute. I gotta get a little water in me. So, this is where we are. We were able to make some radio contact with some other people in our group. We're coming together this evening to put a plan together to protect each other's houses and each other's whatever we've put together over the last several years. We're going to hunker down for a while. We have food and provisions and water. We have all that. We don't have to venture out unless we're called on by other members of our group to do so. So, hold on 1 minute. I heard something outside around my house. I think there may be some looters in the area, or some people going around doing what they shouldn't be doing. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to go out and investigate, and I'll be right back. Arc Light to Raven 1. I'll be offline just for a little bit. I got to do a recap. Make your way over for the site rep meeting and for the recap, and bring the 2 others with you. Okay? Over. Arc Light over.
Roger that, all Clark.
Okay, sorry it's been a couple days since I've been able to get back to you. A lot's happened since we last spoke and since I last came online. As you can see, I'm outside right now. The storm has subsided. Power's still out. There's some cars on the road. You might hear cars passing by. I'm in my neighborhood right now. I'm recapping the situation in my notes here. And I just wanted to go over. I just wrote down a couple things so I don't forget. I wanted to be reminded. The storm has stopped. The winds died down a little bit, as you can see. When I left last, we did hear some looters outside. We did encounter what we deemed as looters. As soon as they saw myself and one of my backups, they kept walking past my residence and continued on down the street and disappeared around the corner. We just, we didn't take chase or anything. We just wanted to hold our ground. And thank God nothing happened. I don't know about the rest of the neighborhood. We're going to wait till it's dark tonight to do a reconnaissance report and go see what's going on. One of the things that helped us a great deal, and I can't stress this enough to everyone out there that's prepping, make sure you have enough supplies. Make sure you can never have enough batteries and lanterns. You see I'm using an oil lamp now, but battery lanterns, rechargeable lanterns, things of that nature. Food and water, of course. Continue your stores of food and water, especially long-term food, stuff that's going to last for a while. Stuff so you could hunker down if you have to and not leave to have to go get supplies or have to go to the lake or the river to go get water. You want to be able to stay inside for as long as you have to. I can't stress enough the teamwork that was involved. I am so glad that we put our team together months and months ago, and we rehearsed, we practiced, we went to the range together, we practiced some different drills together, some different scenarios together. We practiced our radio communications, which have been holding up fairly well. We really need to bump up our ham radio reception and signaling. We have one of the guys in our group that's going to get his ham license, hopefully, and get a ham radio out there so we could communicate better. Just bear with me. I got some notes here. I don't want to skip on anything. You still want to be vigilant. Even though our team members weren't with us the whole time, I still felt safe enough with the weaponry that I had, the amount of ammo I had. A couple members of my family are proficient in firearms use, so I was pretty well covered on that end for now. Our family's safe. Our food and water supplies are very plentiful right now. We're not in want of anything. One of the things we kind of noticed in the communities down here in the South is, since the mortgage crisis the last couple of years, we've noticed that people have moved into the neighborhood. Kind of some strange characters are renting. Houses have been foreclosed. There are really some really strange faces we're seeing, and I think I'm surmising that there's some shadiness going on within the neighborhood, and I think that's how the looters were able to come here so quickly and easily. They had some contacts within the neighborhood, so we're gonna scout out the neighborhood a little bit closer this weekend, and we'll report back to you in another episode. Like I said, people are coming out of their houses, cleaning up after the storm. I don't know how bad the looting situation was down in the city. We're going to hopefully go check that out. But one of the first things I'm going to do is make contact with a few of my friends and colleagues up the coast, up through New York. Southern Prepper 1, Jewish Prepper 1, East Coast Patriot, North-South Survival, and Brooklyn Prepper. We're going to get up, we're going to get a hold of them this weekend, and hopefully all get together. We want to see what's going on in their cities, in their particular towns and cities, and we're just going to put our heads together and make a plan up to see who's got it the worst, or if things in the country are just reverberating up the line. We did hear some news Now that the Egyptian crisis is in full swing, we don't know what's going on with our dollar. We're really suspecting a major crash the way our government's going. It'll just compound everything if that happens. It really will. So we're done for now. We're going to try to come back to you soon. But again, continue making your plans, continue preparing yourself and your family, continue to gain vital goods, guns, ammunition, lighting, communication, ability to do a recon and go out with a pack and be able to stay in the field for a day or two. So you need some basic things like MREs and water and a water bladder and canteens, things of that nature. Stock up on those. Those things are priceless. And one of the biggest things that I found is keep your group together. And you'll see that from a lot of our friends that are posting things. Your group, your core group is very important to keep together. You need to keep cohesive, you need to all be on the same page, and you need to be watching each other's backs. So that's what we're going to really concentrate on the next couple days and the next couple weeks. We're going to monitor the situation and see what goes on, but we're going to remain vigilant. We're going to remain on high alert. We thank God that we made it through this. Basically, we're going to sign off for now. We're going to try to beef up our communications and get up communications with our people up north, up the coast, up the east coast at least, and see where they lie, and we'll take it from there. Thank you and Godspeed.